find something else. Y'all know I'm on. Yeah. Oh God, what it means to be me. So what's going on? Welcome to It's a Vibe right here on Atlanta's Next 100. All right, it's time to be free with Kandy for the day, and it's a lot going down. When I say right now, Atlanta look like Freaknik / New Year's / everybody birthday wrapped in one. That's what traffic looks like today, and I ain't with it. But we're going to kick this thing off. So let's have fun. I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. We're going to like really get into this election, but we're going to do the lighter mood about it. I saw a lot of memes that I thought were hilarious, and I'd love to share them with you. So stick around, stay tuned, all right? But here you go.
You know I love you different. My queen, my mother, sister. Protect you with my life. Let's deconstruct the myth. You just depressed a bitter. Only good for sexing with ya. Let's dismantle that. It's a man you lack. You don't need us, you can handle that. Let's see where the black family at. We need each other. With bad tempers, we defeat each other. Single mothers, my heart's bleeding for you. It's coward men that were beating on you. Never me. Let's silence them with a silencer. For the violence of relationships. Hold your head up, don't take that shit. Run away from it. I should've ran away myself. The amount of pain I was dealt. And I'm a man, my job is to help. Single parent home, came up now the man is grown. Mom's going pops here, wish God reversed the roles. Sometimes, if I could've chose, subsidized housing. Sometimes witnessing the most foulest things would arouse us. We became numb like pure cane on the tongue. To the pains from economical strains. Diabolical gangs put on our future kings and our future queens. Y'all the strongest ones. May God give strength to women who lost their sons. I give all I have to the wars won. None without our women. I give all I have to the wars won. Yeah. I give all I have. 2020 flows, everything getting exposed. Who really the bros? Who really is goals? Who ready to let it go? All the grudges we hold. It's too many fallen soldiers and why to the go? Late night outside, you hear the 40 drum. In every ghetto and all the slums. These laws made to slaughter us. I give all I have to the wars won.
I was serving at my mama crib, she ain't know about it. Complaining about my ring, but I know my mama gave me. She taught me to be a man and never sleep through problems. University on the streets, ain't plan on going to college. Why you cry about low income and welfare? You ain't the only one going through it this as well. Better hold your head, I know it don't feel fair. Reason my people dead, and they know I still care. Depending on the people, then you gotta do better. Black lives matter, I'm for real to do matter. Black on black crime, they still do it to whoever. Talking to the trenches, we just gotta do better. He think he Martin Luther, but he tryna be a shooter. Got his car, took you ride with guns in the Uber. I'm talking where we from, we carry Max but no computers. He got out yesterday, but he went in when he was juvie.
Shot-town. Diabolical gangs put on our future kings and our future queens. Y'all the strongest ones. May God give strength to women who lost their sons. I give all I have to the wars won. She do the best to raise her young.
Oh, she independent, and she don't depend on no one.
None without our women.
Oh, she independent, went from a girl to a mama.
One love to the single mothers. I give all I have to the wars won. To the wars won, we gotta stick together. Women, stop chasing your man away. Man, stop acting crazy, chasing your woman away. We all we have.
Oh my God, dude. So, hey Storm.
Hey, what's cracking?
Man, it's been, I usually say it's been a long week, but this week here though, this week. Here, though, dude, I have never waited on a numbers game so long before in my life. I've never, like, okay, we talk about, you know, health awareness over here. I admit it, y'all know I have anxiety. It is what it is. It took me a long time to even realize that's what's happening in my life. So the fact that an entire nation of people was walking around with anxiety for a week, that was quite comforting, to say the least. No offense. But it definitely made me feel quite normal for a couple of days around here. It's been like, it really don't make no sense. We've already dealt with, and it's crazy because, okay, I'll be honest. The election process, say the campaign trail and all of that, has never been this short. Like, did y'all notice that? Any other time we were seeing mad commercials for a mad long time. You know, granted, I guess because of COVID, you know, we didn't have as many like rallies and, you know, seminars and stuff like that in there on their behalf. But I wonder if that's why we were so harassed. So it just didn't, it was a lot that just didn't make sense to me. It was a really crazy week. It was a really, oh God, like heart pounding week. It's a lot of friends and family like that broke up with each other over a lot of stuff. I mean, hey, we've already been talking about the issues. We've been telling you guys how to register, and it's crazy because my brother has been helping me help you guys stay informed on how to make sure that you are registered, make sure that it's correct and up to date, you know, and all that before you go vote. We even told you guys to check the vote after you voted. What's so crazy, and the bigger irony about that, is the fact that the other day I saw a post telling everybody, like, you know, if you voted in this county over here, whatever, to go and make sure that your vote was counted. And these are like tweets and, you know, things like that from actual city officials. So I'm like, wait, what? So it's getting real, guys. It's getting real. So real that it's taking a state such as Nevada almost an entire week and a half to count ballots. I'm pretty sure there's like states out here with more people than what Nevada got. No offense, because I mean, to my knowledge, it's mad deserts out there, right? So unoccupied space. So why does it take you guys so long to count these votes? Like, are you guys holding votes from other states? What's the real dealio? I'm confused. What you think, Storm? Because that was a bit much for me. A week.
I mean, it's just like, I just feel bad for the Nevada workers because I know there's already, because Biden's like, his lead is slowly growing and growing, there's already been threats and like police have had to take people down to try and stop them from interrupting the vote counting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's obviously a long wait, but now that Georgia and Pennsylvania have flipped, I feel like everyone's kind of chilling now. Because it was before, it was like everything's riding on Nevada, but now that Biden's got the lead in both of those and it doesn't look like it's gonna let up, I think everyone's kind of like relaxing now. Because it looks like
we got it, you know, he got it. But we're gonna save some extra more about that later. So some other TGIF, you know, because we live here in Atlanta and it's a lot that happens, a lot that goes down. But a Chicago rapper, King Von, yo, he was only 26 now. So I think that's the most disheartening part for me, because here in the city, we see a lot of these young cats like really going out there, really trying to do their thing. And we're seeing more young cats get slaved right now. You know, I mean, that really takes me back to like Bankroll Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. When people are really making it how they want to, really popping on the scene. So my heart is definitely out to his family. Apparently there was an altercation and it escalated into some gunfire. But hey, we've been telling y'all for a minute, that's not even the way to go. Like, I would feel so much better to see like some cats just kind of duke it out and somebody lose and somebody win and we go home. You know, the fact that we got to pull triggers all the time, that's really getting old, guys, especially when we're supposed to be, in essence, making sure that we're strapped for other reasons and other causes. So now is definitely not the time for all that. It's really a bad, it just looks bad. It looks bad. There's so much more that we're supposed to be really worried about, supposed to be thinking about, and we're losing entertainment right now. Come on. We're losing entertainers. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, it was like a robber down the block that needed to get hit or something like that, and then like, ooh, yay, the neighborhood saved. You know, no. Come on. this arguing and the way things ensue, that kind of makes everybody look bad, to be honest. So y'all get that together, okay? I don't understand why we came from a time of punch somebody in the mouth to I think I'm gonna just kill somebody. That's too much from you guys, okay? Other than that, this whole entire like weather difference that's going on, that's really starting to piss me off. We're definitely inside November. It's like today was hot. Today was hot as hell compared to what it was the past couple days. You guys really try to dress for the weather as best you can. It's bad enough that like realistically we should all be at home. I digress, but you know, dress for the weather. If you live in Georgia, just pack a book bag with like clothes for other seasons, because that's probably what's going to happen throughout your day. I just want you guys to make sure that you are at least keeping up with what can help you, because COVID is already here. The fact that it hasn't been talked about as much as I think it should based on the time of year, that's what's disturbing me. I admit, because even like, okay, say about October-ish, we start getting all of the flu commercials, right? All day, every day. I get a sprinkle of them. I don't get a whole bunch of them flu commercials. And it's like, are we supposed to be more worried about COVID or more worried about the other natural things that we tend to obtain, you know, during any kind of season? That's what I really, really wonder. So I want you guys to kind of put that in perspective, think about it wholeheartedly, because I think there's a whole lot of information that we're kind of allowing to be swept under the rug because there's other things that we feel are more pressing issues, because that's what is in our face. I have like a friend that I would think consider himself like kind of like a different percentage of people. I would consider myself, you know, a person that kind of likes to dig into conspiracies. So the fact that we have had running counts of elections for days, that's been everybody's coverage. I really wonder and worry about what is not being talked about publicly. Because, I mean, I've looked at numbers stay literally the same for 2 days straight. If nothing changed, why don't we get other regular broadcasts? I digress, though. It's cool. So I'm going to hit y'all with a track real quick, and then we're going to come back. It's a lot more that I want you guys to kind of dwell into. I just had to get that stuff out of the way. So stick around and stay tuned. You are definitely tuned into IssaVibe right here in Atlanta's Next 100.
Next 100. This new music right now.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jada. Make sure you tune in and check out our new show, Next Now, weekdays 12 to 2 on ATL's Next 100. Our community.
Yeah. What about that part too? Hey. Yeah. Talk your shit, what? Hey. Look at all the souls I saved. Look at all the O's I made. Whoa. Same outfit a couple days.
Yeah.
Listen to Big Sean.
Okay, praise, nigga. This for my baby who coming over to bust it open. Who get an Uber but really deserve a dozen roses. Who got her hair done and didn't think I even noticed. She just happy she chosen. But she the one who chose me, that's what's more important. I give her more game than problems. She love how I coach her. Under unrealistic measures is the only way you can measure who's chosen. I realize my mind frame is too big for the portrait. That's why I'm steady trying to teach the whole hood corporate. All psychedelics while a psychic trying to read my fortune. But I don't know too much of anything could be a torture. Yeah. She like, you supposed to meet my parents, you know that's important. How narcissistic you think I am? You think I did when I didn't? You think I paid for everything and didn't pay attention like my head is as big as my name? Just tell a real nigga once, baby, never again. And I put you and all my loved ones on like it's my only obligation. I made all they silent wins a loud proclamation. A little pressure and a lot of patience. They tell me you amazing, I say no, God amazing.
Look at all the souls I saved. Look at all the O's I made.
Yeah.
Same outfit a couple days.
What about that part?
Listen to Big Sean.
Okay, praise. But just remember it's easier for motherfuckers to count you out than it is to count you in. So you gotta understand if they don't see where you coming from or if they small-minded and not thinking that's enough for all of us to get it. That's why it's important to be your own boss. To some capacity, you know, put yourself in control. Through the ups and downs, wins and losses. They all just chapters in your life story. And really, some losses teach you how to win, you know? Some losses teach you more than always winning ever could. Hey. And I've been there back against the ropes, against the wall.
Trying to waste nobody time.
That's just cause you the one that can handle it, you know? Shit, man, you gotta prove yourself.
So don't waste mine.
You gotta rise the fuck up. Show them who you are, man. Yeah. You ain't gonna give me away, okay, cool, I'm gonna make a way, feel me?
Look at all the roads I paid.
Ain't no mistakes, ain't no regrets. Regrets only there cause you ain't learned your lesson.
All the times I ain't caved.
Or forgave yourself.
Yeah.
Either or.
Hey.
Yeah.
All you do is elevate.
Elevate.
Big shine.
I'ma just leave it right there.
Detroit too. Hey, who's fucking with that?
All right, and we back. We back. Kandy had to get a bathroom break real quick, so it's your boy Storm, aka Storm Targaryen, aka Storm Tangerine, aka Storm Trampoline, aka the light-skinned Chris Pratt, aka the Black Bong Joon-ho. Back at it. So, we got a new segment for you guys today, now that it is just me and Kandy on the show, and it's called the Over-Under. So what the Over-Under is going to be is going to be Kandy and I discussing, well, there's going to be a certain topic, and then it's going to be Kandy and I discussing which one is overrated and which one is underrated. So, for today, what we got romance movies for today. So, the topics could be anything really, whatever floats your boat, but today we're going with romance movies. And listen, I know what you're thinking, right? I know what you're thinking. Romance movies as a whole are overrated, and that's a whole nother topic. But but
did you say romance movies are overrated?
Mm-hmm. But that's another day. That's a topic for another day.
Oh, he created his own potentially petty, because now I'm angry.
But we're gonna start with the underrated today.
Okay.
So have you heard of the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Oh my God, no. I feel like I should.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Stars Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet.
I should definitely be watching this. Why? What?
And it's incredible. It's incredible. It's top 5 movies all time for me.
Really?
Basically, the plot is this. Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet were dating for a while. Ended pretty rocky because they both have like differing personalities. And then Kate Winslet decides in this world, it takes place like in current day, but it came out in 2007, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
But in this current world, they have technology where you can go into a service and they will delete your memories.
Oh my God.
So she gets her memories of him deleted. And then he runs into her one day and she doesn't remember him.
What?
So
that's so depressing.
So then it's pretty sad. So then he starts going through it of like, oh man, do I want to forget her or do I want to hold on to this? And then the whole movie is him deciding whether or not he wants to delete her or not. But it's really good. The score is amazing. Obviously, it's one of Jim Carrey's best performances because he's not like comedic.
So better
he's
than
just
like
serious.
Liar Liar.
Way better.
Oh
like,
snap!
It's kind of similar to Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Like you think of Adam Sandler in one role, but then he comes out with Uncut Gems and it's totally different.
Because that definitely I didn't know what to expect or what to think after I watched it because that wasn't what I was used. You know how you watch something because of a person?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the complete opposite with this. But not only are those two in it, it also has Mark Ruffalo, aka the Hulk. It has Kirsten Dunst, aka Mary Jane, or from Fargo, and it has Elijah Wood, aka Frodo. Like it's crazy. Like there's so many good people in it. It's amazing. If you haven't heard of it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, super underrated.
Eternal Sunshine
of the Spotless Mind.
Spotless Mind.
It's real good.
I mean, the title is very intriguing, so I'm already interested. But
definitely check it out if you get the chance. But we gotta go to the overrated now.
And you said romance movies.
No. It's a specific romance movie, and it's The Notebook. It's The Notebook. Listen. There's a lot of good romance movies out there, and this one. I
agree.
It's. We talk a lot, not on this show, but just as a general discourse, we talk a lot about unrealistic expectations for women. And this movie sets a lot of unrealistic expectations for men. Like it's like you can't expect guys to be rolling around looking like Ryan Gosling. It just doesn't happen. This is
true.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, in the movie, he's like the most patient person to ever exist. Like it's ridiculous. Like the stuff he does.
No one exists like that. They set an unrealistic bar.
It's insane. Like the things he goes through to make that relationship work is ludicrous. So the fact that a lot of people look at that and think like, oh yeah, this is like normal standards for a relationship.
Dang.
This is a little whack.
Okay.
It's a little whack.
I am digging this.
So that's what we got. But why do you think romance movies as a whole are not overrated? Because I think they are. But what do you think about that?
So irony, I think it's merely because of your example of an overrated movie. Like, there are really a lot of good romance movies out there that never get credit, that never like get good light shined on them for the public to truly notice, you know, even like real good stories of love, right? So the fact that the ones that like, because think about how many movies mention The Notebook. So already it's been a saturated genre because of a movie like that, which give unrealistic notions about people. Because even for her, I mean, come on, you know? So I think that is truly why romance movies are overrated. Think about what they were like super back in the day. People loved romance movies, romance novels, right? Music. Like, it was okay to love and talk about love. And now I think that whole unrealistic expectation of any kind of person messed all that up. Romance sucks now.
Yeah, it's rough for both parties, you know, or any party really. It's not what you want.
It's not what you want. Yeah, I think that like that's how we migrated to like Screw Love. You know, all the hate music when it comes to love and romance.
Juice WRLD style, XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, all the depression with love.
It's tough out here. But that's all I got for the over-under for this week.
That is dope. I'm totally rocking with that. That's mad dope. So, you guys definitely stick around. I'm pretty sure about next week we'll probably settle on one of his AKAs because I was dying. But that is the man Storm, all right? With our over-under. Now, you guys, we're going to keep it rocking. So, a little bit of positivity, right? So, we're going to do this. Affirmations. And I'm going to just keep it simple and keep it funky, all right? I'm all for self-love. But a lot of times, I think you guys don't tell yourself that you love yourself. I think that's the problem. It's one thing to do things to show that you're caring about yourself. You know, getting that manicure, getting your hair done, nice haircut, fellas, right? New sneakers. I dig it. But just be, you know, they do say that actions speak louder than words, but you are snared by your words, as my mother would say. And when you think about how you manifest things, how you speak things into existence, what you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. So you can't just have actions. I would love for you guys to at least tell yourself that you love yourself. Know that you are loved. I think that will go an extremely long way, especially with all of the angst that's going on right now, all the high strung people walking around. So let's really use that antic, okay? It's one thing to what they say, you know, you got a bad bark and no bite, right? Cool. That's cool. You can buy yourself everything. You can have the best schedule to pamper yourself. But if you don't reaffirm yourself and tell yourself, I love you. How do you know, right? Ladies, y'all know I'm the, you know, little devil's advocate person here. So let's keep it funky. Your man buy you them diamonds. Girl, you ain't got a new car for Christmas. But he hasn't literally said, baby, I love you. In let's say a month or two. I'm pretty sure somebody's like, a month or two? That's mad long, right? Oh, but he's showing you there's mad actions out there. Fellas, same thing, right? It could probably be that one time she don't cook and you like, wait a minute. Something has disturbed the force. I get it. That could probably ruin your whole day. But I'm pretty sure if you kind of noticed that maybe she didn't like say, dang, boo. Ooh, hey, baby, I love you. You know, and the nice, cute little thing. She might say it 50 times a day, but that one day that she didn't, them 2-3 days that she didn't, right? That kind of got you in your feelings. But she cook every day. She clean every day. She kind of like iron your socks and your drawers. You know, she be extra with it. She's showing you, but she ain't saying it. Words go a long, long way. They really, really do. One thing I want you guys to take away from this is like the Columbine situations, right? Like when, say, we have like mass shootings and stuff like that. After all the aftermath, you know, and people dig up their lives and stuff like that, you know, and they find out, well, maybe they were lonely, or maybe they were sad, and, you know, what somebody could have, should have, you know, or whatever done. A lot of times it's them words. You saying good morning to a person, grand rising, hi, well, you know, that wave is one thing, but words are powerful. Use your words. I love you, self. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, we ain't gonna add no salt to injury here. So, I really, really, really want you guys to think about that. Life is about choices. And whether or not, you know, certain things are put there for you, it doesn't matter. Because you are affirming that you love yourself.
So what would you say to those people that aren't super vocal, or like aren't very comfortable with being vocal, even though they do the things to say I love you or whatever it is, but they're not the person to say it all the time or every day or even once a week? You know, how would you recommend they go about that?
To start at that once a month. Because to say, and I'm not saying to be vocal with others. I want you to be vocal with self. If you are an extreme introvert, the one person you probably can confide in and talk to is self. Even if it's in your head. I just want you to put it in the universe. So get vocal. But because you're doing it for self. If nothing else makes you feel better about trying to come out that shell and be vocal, it should be knowing that you're vocalizing for and with self. The most comfortable person, your ace boon coon, your ride or die, right? There ain't nothing that yourself don't know about you, right? That's how I would say start that. Start with yourself. That's where it starts, all right there. I don't care if you happen to just do it today and then you happen to maybe not tell yourself you love yourself for another month. You still probably did more in affirming how you feel about yourself than you did in 2 months. That's a win for me. I'll take that. That's a super win for me. I will be happy. So please, yes, love yourself. That's what I'm all about, man. Because you can't rely on these other people out here to love you. Ask Trump. So, dear black people, now, we have definitely talked about fitting in stereotypes around here, okay? That's been one of my super funny, potentially petties. I will say that since we know that, like, our own culture, I think that as a culture, we know our own stereotypes. We know the ones that are right, the ones that are true, right? You know, granted, they say we all eat fried chicken. Whatever, we do eat fried chicken, though. You know, it's not like that there's some stereotypes that are completely far, you know, out there to where we're like, man, nah, come on, bruh, right? So, I say that to say this. With all this election hoopla, with all of everything that's going on, can we moderate our ignorance? That's all I'm trying to say. Can we moderate just a little bit? Y'all took memes and went to town. Like, the man ain't even really nobody's been pronounced president yet. Nobody has been pronounced the winner. Not yet. But when I say that I don't know who makes memes, I don't know who runs Twitter. I don't know who's really up all night to make these things as soon as things happen. I wish I did. I'd like to meet you. But stuff happens so fast. Like, as soon as something is posted and you really read it, it's either what you've been talking about or literally what just happened like seconds ago. How you got a meme from a TV show that is aired right now, is live right now, and you already got a screenshot? Come on, Sway. So, I just want y'all to, we're not falling into our stereotypes as much as I want you guys to just moderate them, all right? It's some stuff we gonna do. Y'all are going to act a fool. I'm with it to an extent, okay? That's what I'm saying. I am with the ish to an extent. You know, we can be happy. You can go about things however you see fit in terms of celebration. I'm totally with that. I've been trying to get folks to play red light with me for a minute. But y'all also have to be conscious about what they expect based on what they feel are the stereotypes that they think we already portray. And that's deep. The fact that early on this week, like, you know, Tuesday was election day, right? By Tuesday morning, there were things boarded up. That was a huge problem for me. Because the big picture in that entire situation said race wars to me. Because we all know that on one side of this political fence, there is an extreme set of racism that sits on that yard. Across the fence, you know, I think the elephant that's just sitting on that lawn is the fact that we do have someone that would be considered a black woman that could now be in office. So it just looks, I think from the outside looking in, by default from somebody who don't know nothing about America, that's what we're setting ourselves up for. You know, dang, they voting for these two, you know, groups of people, and they already boarding stuff up. What y'all think gonna happen? Like, if this person win, wasn't he already president? So why riot, right? That was my whole thing. Like, we're gonna dissect that later in our Potentially Petty, but I just want you guys to think about that. Like, in all seriousness, don't go out there and do what they are expecting, what they are thinking we already portray. If y'all gotta have a spades party, do that. If you gotta, you know what I'm saying, whatever you gotta do to be happy, do it, but safely and smart.
I know we want to save it a little more for Potentially Petty, but I feel like a big reason as to why people were like preemptively boarding things up is because of Biden's potential win. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, if Trump gets reelected, I agree. I don't think people would be going. I'm sure there would be riots, but I don't think it would be violent. With the Trump side of things, I think that's a real possibility, yes. And a lot of people were very scared. So
yes, I think that that's why that is a potential petty for us, because it is the sore loser for me. Okay, what comes behind that person being a sore loser? Yes, I think that is more what is striking the fear around here. So I agree. It's just not being talked about. You know, nobody's truly saying that is the reason. You know what I mean? And if you don't know nothing about America, you on the outside looking in, it look like it's just for race war purposes. Win, lose, or draw, y'all finna go to town. So come on, guys, let's not fall into them, okay? Let whatever failures people have, let them wallow in their own sorrows. That ain't for you, okay? Throw that spades party, you know what I'm saying? A little backyard shindig, throw some ribs. I don't know. Whatever you like to do with your family when you have good news, when, you know, say somebody's graduating or something like that. Like, that's the kind of happiness we need to be doing. Going out there and really getting ignorant, like, ooh, buddy, ratcheting it up. Yeah, that's what we can't. Now is not the time. Like, let them folks get in the office first. You know, inauguration day, I bet. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, that's what we can do there. But until then, no. Let's keep it calm, cool, and collected, people. All right? All right, now, Storm, you ready? It's that time, bro. OMG, I'm dumb excited. I'm so excited. You got my sample of flavor? Let's hit it.
Reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. You spark up the blunts, I'm representing like expected.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing, full effect. You ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Dave? I'm ready, Slick, are you? Oh yeah, take it down. Girl, I must warn you, I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is, let's cure it cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful, relationships they seem from the start. It's also when love is not together from the heart. you dead.
That girl is poison. Never trust a big butt and smile. That girl is poison.
If I were you, I'd take precaution before I step to meet my girl. You know, 'cause in some motion, you'll think she's the best thing in the world. She's so fly, she'll drive you right out of your mind, steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming, demon. Poison, deadly, moving it slow. Looking for a mellow fellow like the vote getting paid, laid. So better lay low, scheming on hot money and the whole shit. The low pro hoe should be cut like an afro. So what you saying, huh? She's winning you, but I know she's a loser. How did you know? Me and the crew used to do her. Slick blow.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. That girl is poison.
You never trust a big button to smile.
So, I think that's everybody's jam. If you don't like that jam, or like if you ever just feel like, man, when that song come on, get out and never come back, okay? We'll never be friends. I don't care how old you are or where you are when you hear that track. I think that is like a, oh yeah, you know, that's everybody's kind of track, right? And as Storm would say, never trust a big butt to smile. So, that is my jam. But y'all know I love me like some real hip-hop-ish, some like super supreme lyricists, okay? You know I'm a fan of like old school hip-hop, or some people that still just right now hip-hop, right? Now, a couple weeks ago, my boys did tell me, hey, so you know Busta got like a tape coming, right? And you know like the features are like mad dope, right? Dude, so I've been mad busy though, I admit that. And I finally got a chance to sit and listen to the tapes. And this one right here, though, this stuck out to me like a sore thumb. It's ridiculous because when the original sample just hit, your body be ready to move like when the original song hit anyway, right? But it's the way the producer did this track and the other samples that are just thrown in there as a sprinkle anyway, it's mad dope. And of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from Busta Bus anyway. So here you go. Please enjoy. You already know what's up. And you tune into IssaVibe. Atlanta's next 100.
What? Hey, what? It's already starting to feel like it's that time again. Okay. Now I want everybody to do what they know they're supposed to do. Cause y'all know who in this bitch. The conglomerate. Front and center. Come on. Look at here, see they piling in trick. Back in the spot to make a shit like newlywed. Damn, now is the time. Let me hear you say, ho, ho. Hands up because I say so. Yo, turn full, my niggas, let's go. Now don't you see how we got them? We here to get dough. Oh shit, you better get with us. Straight, black, out shit, my niggas. Hey, look, hey, you know the way we do it. The conglomerate. It's coming and we about to run through it.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head.
Watch the way we kill 'em. You gotta love it. Don't this hit make my niggas wanna wait 1 sec? Hey homie, what's good? Bouncing on the beat like the way you niggas should. Look, now I spit, just leaving over stamp. And then be spitting the shit that other niggas can't. No, it's never gonna end. I bounce right back and shit on them again. Sit back and watch other niggas bleed. And then I come to give y'all the shit you need right here. You know I come and I sit down. Me don't care none of them frowns. Ready top to be wild and shining my crown. And we state the boom back and we define sound. Clown, trash niggas who sit back thinking they could run. I deliver the street back, get you what you want. Y'all know what's up here. Crash down and chill for a minute. Bring the chorus back, let go.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head.
Watch the way we kill 'em. You gotta love it. Don't this hit make my niggas wanna hop and I skip every time that I drop that. A lot of you trash and you need to stop that now. Tell me how can you not do the shit that make the game proud? Touch, drop it and roll. The fire gon' blaze in here. Now do I make myself clear? Watch beat the way that we beat 'em up till I'm done. Make them run, bounce, bitch. One, you know that everything good. Crowd in this bitch, need some elbow room. We bout to heat it up some more. I hope all of my niggas is keeping up. Eat 'em up. I will eat your food until I leave. Or till a nigga can't breathe. We run shit, control the block and all of that. Now I'm tired of talking. Bring the chorus back. Contact.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head.
Watch the way we kill 'em. You gotta love it.
Next 100 runs the new joints first.
What's good, Atlanta? It's your man Keyshawn Adon here with my friend Chris Tucker. Chris, what's up?
What's up, Keyshawn? I'm here to talk about our brand new show we got coming called Next Now. It'll be on the weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m.
Oh, dope. That ain't during the time of my show.
No, it's not. We don't want to take your little followers.
Ooh, not my little followers. Look, where can they find it at?
They can find it on ATL's Next 100.
Y'all heard it here first. Tune in weekdays from 12 to 2 to Next Now on ATL's Next 100. Our community, our state.
Oh no, she didn't. oh no, this heifer didn't.
I said what I said. I'm petty. 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 I'm petty.
So, y'all excuse this, but we're about to like get into some touchy, funny subjects, and I just try to keep myself sweet. All right, so don't mind me. Now, our potentially pete this week. We've been kind of sprinkling a little bit of this election talk, if you will, but I want to be honest. Now, this is pretty petty. I don't really care how y'all feel, but he is a walking sad person right now. So, but he's still technically our quote unquote, I use that loosely, commander-in-chief. So, is it wrong for us to really be picking at him like we picking at him? I'm just being honest, y'all. I want y'all to think about that. Like, he's kind of out there. I get it. He cry a lot. I get that too. He shouldn't be on Twitter with all the stuff that he got going on. I agree. But he's still our commander-in-chief. Like, let's think about it like this. If it was Obama, right? Y'all gonna ride for him, right? We was ride or dying until the wheels fall off for Obama. Like, for real, for real. The moment somebody decided to, like, really clown on him, folks was ready to fight for Obama. I know that we don't like Trump. I get that. I totally get that. But that's like, okay, you don't like your sister or your brother, but if they get to fighting with somebody down the street, you finna come through. If somebody come and jump them, you finna come through.
Listen, I don't know if it's comparable like that. Because you don't get to choose your siblings. You don't get to choose your family. You do get to choose the president. And obviously, like, I definitely get it.
You get a chance to play for the chance to pick the president.
Yeah, so obviously, if your candidate loses, you got to take the L at a certain point. I get that. But I think Trump's a different case. Like, there's a big difference between Trump and Obama. If Obama did the stuff Trump did, this man would be dead. This man would be dead. Like, it's insane, like, what he gets to do, you know? So I feel like the added complaints and the added, you know,
it's warranted but not warranted.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is pretty warranted, you know?
Okay, I agree. I'm mad my sucker is that juicy. Okay, now I will say this. He does not act like, I guess, a standing president should. And I think maybe that's why we kind of drag him like we do, right? It's kind of like when you get a new teacher, right? You're going to test them, but you're only going to go as far as they allow you, right? And depending on what they see, that's how people going to act. So I think since we know he's a clown, we clown him. I think that's a better explanation, you know, to make him feel better. But I think that that's really what it is. We see that he gets to clown on a daily, and a lot of people wanted you out, so they clown you. The memes are ridiculous, okay? I'm gonna share some of the memes that I've seen, and some of the memes that people have shared with me, but y'all woke up ratchet this morning when them states turned blue. Ooh. Oh my God, okay? First of all, shout out to my homegirls that be waking me up at 5 or 6 in the morning to tell me we blue, okay? That's all I'm saying. I've never seen so many people happy and so many people, I guess, tired. Because I think that that's really what it is. It's one thing for us to have, like, gone out, shown out, doing what we were supposed to do, but it's the why for me. Because it wasn't just because we were harassed to vote. It wasn't just because we don't like what he looks like. You know, he definitely ain't the finest president. But I think it has everything to do with us being tired. You know, tired enough to want change and to want to be a part of change. I think it's a great time to be alive. I mean, look at what we did with Obama, right? We had a lot of turnout then. So much so that, what was that, 2016? And we aren't in broke records?
I mean, I think it's like, hindsight has kind of made it seem more of a landslide than it was. Like, even with the 2012 election when he was running against Romney, it was still really close. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's easy to say, like, looking back on it now, like, oh yeah, we're black, we're gonna vote for Obama, that's just what it is, and that's why he won. But, you know, with this Trump election, especially the second time around, because I think the 2016 election, with both sides, it was like there was no good answer. Whereas now, obviously Trump is what he is, and a lot of people don't like Biden, but it's not as much of a, we can't have Hillary or we can't have Trump. It's Trump has to go or people will die, you know? Like it, and it, obviously with the COVID cases, that's shown to be true. So it's not entirely untrue, but it's just a different election entirely.
This is definitely one for the books. I will say that. Now, we're also looking at the fact that he's potentially going to be booted out, right? Okay. What about his crimes?
I mean, this might be a nearsighted way to think about it, but I think once you get to a certain level of wealth, you just don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean?
You think?
Yeah, like it's at a point where he's already gotten away with so many things. Why would they take him down for this one? Like, obviously there's a ton of people that would love that, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. And I'm pretty pessimistic. So
do you think that it's not so much as that he has a lot of money to try to get out of this, as much as he now does not have a job that can help protect him.
I mean, I think that's really real as well. It's a very real possibility too, that as soon as he's not the president, he could start getting way more charges now. But also, I think it's equally possible that now that he's not the president, people are going to ride for him even more.
I agree. I do. I think that the level of people that may stand up behind him now, I mean, look at the people that are standing up behind him. Like, my best friend said it the other day. She was like, I'm really surprised that people were still voting for him, you know? Because even a lot of the supporters that he had during this term, seeing what he did and how poorly he handled the country up to this point should not have allowed you to gain a vote from anyone at this point. That was my take on it, you know? It's just like when you do piss poor at a job, right? You did piss poor, but we ain't fire you the first year. We ain't fire you the second year. We done gave you the third year. Look, it's the fourth year. Are you being shaped up or are you shipping out? You know, so I feel like looking at him from that aspect is, yeah, questionable for the votes that he got right now.
And you know what's crazy is, for the Republican Party, Trump has the most Hispanic and African American votes since like Reagan. Like it's insane. So you would think that the things he says and does would affect that, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's like I've heard people talking about it, saying like, because what you said of he has this almost everyman vibe because he's on Twitter and he doesn't speak like other presidents do, that people relate to that and confuse it with what he's actually doing.
Right. You know? Because okay, it's just like let's okay. My example now would be, let's look at our family unit relationships, okay? Your mom. Just because your mom may have done some things in her past or done some things in general, she might like to do that right now, whatever, right? To an extent that does not deter your thoughts of her being your mother. You know, it could either make you totally hate a person or totally relate with the person. And I think that that's why your example, well, your rationale makes so much sense, because he is the everyday man. Unfortunately, he's a businessman. He's on Twitter. You know, he looks at regular people walking around our country as stereotypes, as everyday, citizens, like we do, right? I don't know nobody who don't people watch. I don't care where you at, who you with, whatever. I don't care how good of a person you are. You probably people watch even in your mind. You gonna look, You talk with your face like my mama do. So, he was the most regular. As much as we loved Obama, Obama was not as everyday relatable as Trump. As sad as that is to admit.
And it's so crazy because it's not like Trump, came from the streets and made it up.
Started from the bottom, now here. No,
like, this man has been a millionaire since birth. So it's weird that he has that persona to him, but it's true.
It is.
People see that in him.
It's just like say you hate the jock in high school, right? Because you ain't got the skills, but y'all still take the same classes. You like the same music. Y'all like the same food at lunch. There's so much more that y'all have in common that makes you relatable, that makes you understand him. You don't have to like somebody to understand them. And I think that's where we kind of got Trump messed up too. We don't like you. It's a lot of people that truly despise him as a person. But there's way too many factors about him as a person that make him relatable, that help the average American understand him. Like this whole tax thing. I don't think it was a lot of people that took the fact that he hasn't paid taxes and was like, oh my God, he ain't paid taxes. No, if anything, we relate him so much to being a regular person, a regular businessman. No matter his level of business, you can own a business like anybody can own a business in America. That's how we see him, right? So when you look at it like that, it's like, well, shoot, let me figure out how I ain't gotta pay taxes. I think that is how everybody looked at that, opposed to, no, that's just wrong, Yeah, you like us, but you ain't like us. Like, once you accepted this job, you not like us, Once Beyonce went solo, you ain't like us. Like, you upgraded, you've changed, there's some form of growth that you have to accept with the responsibility, right? And I think that we didn't separate that as a country when it comes to our president. I don't think that that's what we did. We really didn't. I think a lot of times we want so bad to relate to people that aren't in our class or aren't in our neighborhoods even, you know, aren't people that we would talk to in a normal. I think we get so wrapped up in trying to be accepted or be a part of something that we don't know or could never be a part of that we get used to it. And we get so used to it that we're complacent. Once we get complacent, you start finding the things about it that you're okay with, you know, you're okay settling for, and then you like it. Because to me, there's way too many things that happened with Trump for him to have lasted the entire 4 years, let alone us getting to this point where you're allowed to run again. So, us picking at Trump, I think it's funny. Him being booted out, I do wonder, because the reality is, once you're not president, you're not president, you know? There's a lot of stuff that you're not going to have access to anymore, you know? You may have the knowledge because you lived through it, right? But you can't take it with you. So I think that he kind of needs to put that in perspective. And another friend of mine kind of hit on the nail that what if that's why he's fighting so hard? Because he knows that once he is not president anymore, once he is actually officially out of office, that he now will become somewhat of a regular person and may have to answer to some of the things that he's done. I think that's not a far-fetched possibility. But I also think that makes me think a little bit more when it comes to him, because it's like, dang, so you really fighting for your life. You really fighting for your life, because if that is the possibility that you can still be held accountable for your actions, I'd be scared too. I would.
I mean, that makes a ton of sense, but I don't think it's good to justify it though, because like what you alluded to earlier, I think it just him like being able to not pay his taxes, him being able to just say no, I'm not leaving the White House and get away with everything he gets away with. It empowers other people to do the same, especially those of a lighter skin color. You know what I mean?
It does.
So it's kind of dangerous, but I mean, it is interesting, and it would make a lot of sense if he, you know, is in that mindset.
See? I also think that even to that, okay, the fact that we're all watching, you know, and he's not being careful in what his choice of words are, how he's tweeting and stuff like that, you know. He's the closest regular schmo that we've ever had to me in the office. You know, Obama playing basketball, okay. So everybody play basketball. You know, it's the fact that he did scams and scandals like we see an everyday average person in America do. You know, like our country is founded on scandal, to be honest. So the fact that we're just watching someone in power use that to their abilities and truly be as scandalous as we probably could ever imagine, it's funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny, you know. But I fear for the guy. I really wonder what's going to happen for him next. I think that we should all be kind of on edge. I don't think we should be as in much anxiety as we are, but I definitely think that we should be on edge in terms of we don't know what's going to happen. Because when we come back, I'm definitely going to dig into what Storm had mentioned, the fact that the boarding up of things is definitely a bigger possibility of the fact that we're going to have a sore loser on our hands, opposed to, you know, just people being mad that Trump is still in office. You know, like we've suffered that already. So I don't see us, it would be assassination, right? You know, it ain't going to be no crying and breaking stuff. It'd be assassination. So y'all stick around, all right? You got IssaVibe on Atlanta's Next 100.
See, I don't know what y'all been told. I gotta keep me a big bankroll. Yes, a fat bag of that stick and some bad ass hoes. So when I step out on the scene, suckers already know the start talking about my clothes. You see I'm pimped out, come try to knock me for my hoes. I'm a real nigga, so I ain't gon' buy them headed ghosts. I ain't gon' trick out with that bitch, and I ain't gon' hang around my foes. I'ma get money, nigga, so fuck it, I kick some doors. Hit the block like the sun, and get rid of all the snow. You can call me a done, cause of the way I flow. I'm a good role model, just look at me as a pro. It's the gutter race, man, so it's gutter till I gutter. Till no suckers hate me, you can see it and they see it. When they around, they frown, they wanna let me down. When I leave, the bastards
you gon' do when you did, nigga? Shit, nigga, get money, nigga. Door over here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get money, nigga. Get money. I just don't give a fuck, cause I'm all out with it. The game ain't dirty, man, it's just the niggas in it. You can't even wear a jersey, they try to peep your tan. Can't smoke a blunt or kush, cause you're around too many crowds. Nigga, get yourself together, go give your brain a bath. Go to church, start listening, get on the right path. You study long, you study wrong, you get it in or get gone. You live fake, you die fake, and that's just the way it goes. I'm a gangster young nigga, so I keep my mouth closed, my ears and eyes open, so I can focus on the shit around me. I know they gon' down me, but all I wonder why in the fuck do they come around me? I gotta stay down, I'ma shine like a light, stun on all these cockroaches, whether I'm wrong or if I'm right. Hey, I get money, that's something I like to do. You say motherfuck me, nah, motherfuck you. And don't give a fuck, I ain't gon' give up, no, I ain't gon' let up, no, I ain't gon' shut up, and ain't gon' never let them haters get fucked to me. Oh no, they'll never get fucked to me. Oh no, I ain't gon' let up, no, I ain't gon' shut up, no, I ain't gon' give up, and ain't gon' never let them haters get fucked to me. Oh no, never get fucked to me. Oh no, yeah, man. You see me, the king, finest nigga, I ain't the king. You know what I'm saying? I look to you, nigga, self-made, nigga, all out, nigga, y'all haters ain't gon' get to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gon' let you.
ATL's Next 100.
You know how it's going to that boy.
Let's get it poppin'. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jada,
It's your boy Chris No Tucker.
And it's your girl Jaleesa.
here to tell you about our brand new show.
Next now,
And we'll be bringing you the afternoon tea.
letting you know what's happening around the way.
And giving you the latest hits.
So join us weekdays 12 to 2 p.m. on ATL's Next 100. Our community.
Our station.
My locks are popping, by the way. Just so you don't want to tell somebody that. All right. So, we're back. And, Storm think he funny. So, we're back. And we're definitely digging into this whole Trump and trying to get his life together. I do want to tell y'all that don't ever again elect a president that is that in his feelings. Can we not do that no more? Like, I'm tired of that. I cry a lot. He cry more than me. I can't accept that. So y'all got to do better with that, because I don't want to be looking at somebody all the time and be angry because they're sad about stuff they can control. Ain't that your job? That's why I look at him anyway. Like, this is his job to do stuff, and he don't do it. So he shouldn't still be president. That's for one. He shouldn't be president again. That's for two. So I hope that all this, everybody going crazy, turning blue, I'm ready for that.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
So one of my friends brought this up, and I thought it was really interesting. With Trump being, the first president, well, not the first president, but probably the most influential president to be a celebrity before, being a president. Mm-hmm. Do you think in the future we're going to have YouTubers and TikTokers and things like that potentially running for office? Or do you think this is going to be like a red stain on the presidency going forward?
Both. I honestly think both. Unfortunately so, for the simple fact that we did have somebody that came in and was like any random person and became president. That also resulted in Kanye West getting over 60,000 votes. So it looks like it's something that still has the potential to become a normal thing. But he did such a horrible job that, yeah, we got like a real bad red flag taste in our mouth. Like real bad. And I think that's why this is a turning point, because it's going to make or break us as a country. It's going to be that point where it's like, okay, are we going to take back our politics and try to get serious about it? Or are we going to continue to push forward to a new norm of anybody can really do this if they feel like they have the heart for it, Because that's what it is. It's not that Trump necessarily was qualified or unqualified. He felt he had the heart to be president. I think that's the bigger thing that I see from him. You don't have to, I guess, know a lot about something. It's like when people go to school, right? You go to school and you get the degree, and now it's time for you to go use the degree. And on the other hand, you got somebody who's just extremely passionate about that career field, and they decided to YouTube University for that matter, and Google, university and figure out everything that they need to figure out and teach themselves how to do something. They have the heart for it. They got the passion. Why or what makes that person unqualified compared to the person who just went to school for politics? I'm not saying that he really is the best person for the job. Clearly he's not. But what I am saying is that we do live in America where we are fed every day that you can be anything you want to be. This is the land of opportunity, right? The whole fact that anybody can technically become an entrepreneur in today's world, yeah, that opens up so many doors and possibilities for the regulars, the regular American. So that's what I am happy about when it comes to Trump. That's what he did for me. He definitely proved if you put your mind to it, yes, you can try it at least. You may not be the best at it, but you got enough heart, you can do that. You go for it. Go for what you know. I appreciate that from him. His drive and ambition to want to be greater than what he thinks he is. That I like about him. Is he smart enough to be a versed businessman to have accepted the job that he took? No, not at all. But I'm also a person who went to school for audio production, learned what I felt like I needed to learn, quit, went to Google University. I now do radio. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's catch-22s all the way around. Just being for real. He was definitely not qualified. But Obama is a good face to show all little black kids that you can be president. But Trump really showed everybody and anybody you can be president.
I mean, is it Trump show that you can do it by hard work, or did he show it by you could just straight up lie straight to the presidency?
So a little bit of both. Everybody lie on a job interview.
I mean,
everybody lies on a job interview. There is something either on the application during that talk process. But you're selling yourself.
Do people lie once they get the job though?
Oh yeah, because you already lied. You told them that you knew how to do all of Microsoft Office tools. You only know Word. So now you at work and you teaching yourself all the other Office tools because you only know Word, but you still got a job, so you still lying. But in 4 years' time, you mastered all Microsoft Office tools. Now you training somebody else because you needed help. You need an assistant now. But there's also a level of, did you do what you needed to do to learn from that experience and get better? That's what I think is where you're kind of gandering at. It's not so much that he lied to keep his job. He didn't grow within his job, When you don't grow during that tenure, then yeah, bye, you fired. I think that's any job. That's any job that anybody takes, When you are running your own business, there's a level of, I did not execute very well. I've been doing this for 4 years. I think I need to find something else that I may be passionate about, Nobody's looking at him and really dissecting these things like we are, I think that's what we should have been looking at him for. That's how we probably should have been able to hold him accountable for things, If we know that you're lying, fine. Are we calling you out on a lie and then forcing you to grow? Or are we allowing you to continue to lie? Now and that's where we're at. Right now is your 4-year review. Are we about to let you keep lying? Or are you now truly looking at, because he should be looking at votes. If he wins, he should be on his best behavior. Because you're looking at a loss right now. But if anything, you should be like, man, okay, if they give me another chance, it's like, it's like when you skate by, right? You're like, God, come on now, man. If I just don't die from this alcohol poisoning, I won't drink no more. That's where he at right now with it.
But I mean, do you think that's realistic though? Because with how he's acting now, with stop the count, and he's already claimed multiple times that he's won already. If he were to lose, or if he were to squeak it out and win, do you think he would do that, or do you think he would just double down and be like, I knew it, I told you I won, America's great again, blah blah blah?
The latter. Okay, so some people gonna be mad at me for that, but I feel horrible for admitting it. And, we've also talked about being snared by our words, so I don't want to put this into existence, but I'm going to say hypothetically, I feel he's going to win. Okay, hear me out. He prematurely says a lot of things. He does. But the way that he goes about certain things, he knows more than what any of us really know in certain areas. I think that his rant, like it's like when you are looking at something and it's predictable. Right now we're used to predictable Trump, right? We're seeing predictable Trump, but we're seeing predictable Trump during a loss. So if he was winning, do you think that he'd be more boastful, or do you think that would be better made for TV? Him losing right now, after he was beating his chest saying, you know what, I got this is in a bag, he got to eat his words. So that's made for better publicity once he turns around and wins, opposed to him actually losing. And because he's been on worse rants than this. He's really had some Twitter fingers as acting president in all of these 4 years. And we ain't seen him do as much as what we're used to. Something don't smell right in the water for me. That's just how I feel. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm not psychic or anything that I know of, but I don't know. You know how some things are like too good to be true? Like it's really too close. Like we're talking about really small amounts of votes that could make or break this right now. And he's kind of handling it quite calm compared to the Trump that we know. Some ain't right. Even so much as him saying that he was going to sue some of the states. That was still prematurely. Look at how many votes we still had to count. How many states? Not like we were down to 1 to 2 states. It was like 4, 5, 6 states. And you already like, no. You know what? No. That's predictable Trump. But it wasn't going that far. It didn't go that far. The most we're getting are people, I guess, being outside of, some of these buildings trying to cause a ruckus so that we don't continue to count them. Like, how do you say we need to stop counting and then now all of a sudden we need to count all these ones? No. It's contradictory. What are you doing? It's something in the water that don't smell right. Now, I call a duck all the time. Trump is not being predictable Trump for real right now. He's not. He's really not. We would have seen him go like on election night. Oh no. I wouldn't have had to go fishing and refreshing and only got 5 tweets in a day. No. I would have gotten like 10, 15, 20 tweets because he's sitting down somewhere, A, thinking about throwing a party because he thinks he already won. B, gradually looking like, oh God, there's still all these votes out here. What's going to happen? I feel like that we would have gotten so much more angst from him during these times than what we're getting. We getting some ignorant Trump now, but it's not as bad as we've seen him go on Twitter war rants. So that's what I kind of wonder. I mean, hey, he's the only person that really is saying that he won now. Everybody else is just patiently or not patiently waiting. But get out, man. Like, he's been stuck at 214 for days. At this point, I would give up. I'd be like, okay, I lost. Okay, fine. Here are the keys. But he's not really handling it like that.
And I mean, it is still really close, like you said.
It is.
Like, especially with Georgia. Georgia's stupid close. But, I mean, if we're being realistic about it, you look at Nevada, Biden's lead is only getting further and further and further, and that's all he needs to win. But he's also leading in Georgia and in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So it's looking real bad for Trump's path to victory. But I mean,
it is.
It's still it's right now. I don't know if you follow sports very often, but right now Trump is the 2016 Cavs going down 3-1 against the Warriors. Like, it's gonna take a lot to bring it back, but it's possible.
I don't think that it's extremely far-fetched, but I think that it's extremely close. Like, I don't think we've had this close a call in forever. And it's just a matter of the 2 people that we happen to have as close calls. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. So I think we're going to be okay, though, guys. Okay? Don't fret. Don't get, the anxiety has got to come down at some point, you guys. Kind of slow it up. But some of the memes. So.
And I think, like you said, it feels like it's never been this close before.
Ever.
But it definitely has, especially, I think it was, what was it, Bush and Gore was
yeah,
ridiculously
that was pretty close.
But now that we have social media as prominent as it is, every little thing gets blown out of proportion. So it definitely feels different for sure.
Oh my God. It's definitely intensified, okay? So now this is like the second or third time I've seen this, okay? Speaking of sports. So a lot of people are, they're saying don't trust the lead in Georgia because we definitely have a track record around here for having a lead and letting it go. So, you know, that's why I say, you know, not everything is totally far-fetched around here. It's not. So I do want to tell you guys some of the funnier memes that I've seen. One of my favorite ones is I saw him sniffing Comet in the White House, sitting like he was in Scarface. I'm like, yeah, that's, you know, he's looking pretty bad. There was a news clip I saw where they were looking at the poll results, and apparently whatever device they were using to stream, this guy was subscribed to Pornhub because the notification swiped down on the screen. Like, I would definitely be all kinds of, oh, hell no.
Like, first of all, who pays for Pornhub? You know, like, what are we doing out here? And that leads back to the OnlyFans stuff. That's another topic.
Yeah, you're right. Another one I saw is, wow, check out all the red states, and it's Trump looking at a map with a whole bunch of red everywhere. But there's two guys, and they're like, so you gonna tell him that that's a COVID map, right? Like, the fact that we have so many memes, and they were instant, okay? Like, as soon as elections really started, we were seeing him everywhere. All of his tears just flowing, okay? I saw America, and we were filled in with Michael Jordan crying. I was like, yeah, that's about where we are right now. We're right there, okay? But Atlanta, I think we've taken the cake. Like, in terms of proudness, being prideful, getting ignorant with it, like, Atlanta's taking the cake. When I saw that the Georgia sign, it's spelled Joe. It is blue. Like, I'm happy to see my city happy and proud, you know? Nobody really gives Georgia, Atlanta specifically, credit for being America's guinea pig. We were and still are Trump's guinea pig. So the fact that, yeah, we're turning blue, that is big for us. I think that's definitely big for the state of Georgia, because we would have looked dumb as all hell voting for Trump. I'm just being honest, you know? We've been mad open. You know, our cases are actually not truthfully being reported, because I think we are definitely worse off than what's led to believe, you know? And we faking the phone.
And this will be, you know, if it does happen, if Georgia does turn solid blue, this will be the first time this has happened since 1992.
Mad long.
It's
so
crazy.
It's dirty bird time around here, okay? We're definitely getting happy and proud of ourselves. And I mean, it's other states that, you know, are turning too, and we're proud of that. But Georgia, I mean, you know, we in the South. So I was definitely surprised. I'm very proud to claim Georgia again. I admit that anybody who knows me, yes, I am a Buckeye born, okay? But Atlanta raised me. Atlanta definitely, I've been here forever. And at times I get mad. I'd be like, no, I ain't from here, I'm from Ohio. But, you know, I'm proud. I'm definitely proud. I'm proud of the turnout, the amount of people that are actually talking about the change, wanting the change. I mean, the pictures of Stacey Abrams, what? Seeing Miss Keisha Bottoms in that suit, like, it looks like black girl magic raining around here. It's beautiful, okay? So, please be proud of where you're from if you are from Georgia, because y'all did that, okay? We were harassed, but y'all did that. So, let's see now. We had a good day. Potentially Petty wasn't that bad, y'all. I didn't want to hurt y'all feelings with all that. But I'm going to throw y'all a little trap because, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta, like, yo, when it's time for them to come down here and, like, give us our little high fives and stuff and congratulations and all this need to go around, we got the playlist of life, you know what I'm saying? It's on Apple Music and everything. I know y'all saw that. So we're going to throw y'all one of them tracks real quick because Atlanta got some classics and we hot like that. Stick around, y'all.
Niggas like me, haters wanna fight me. Yeah, these niggas mad cause I came up overnight beat. Yeah, I switched it up, I got a 9 cuff tightly. So you better do the right thing like Spike Lee. Yeah, I'm super clean, rap jeans with a white tee. Niggas write songs, but my niggas wanna bite me. If you had 6 figures, you'll be just like me. Yeah, these niggas mad cause I'm shining like the light. Niggas talking about yup, in they motherfucking throwback. Ain't real, you know that Muhammad where they sold that. We stepping on these niggas like a motherfucking dough man. When I hit and she don't wanna go back. We stacking big fancy, so we still spinning throwing back. Oh, I think they like me. 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 I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me.
They don't wanna fight me, I'm snatching your ass up. First nigga act up, first nigga get buzzed. Majestic getting shredded while I'm twirling and switching sword. T-shirt extravaganza, franchise the white T-boys. Made self-pay, we lounge around in our white tee. Ashy black shirt, but get down in your brown tee. A hundred throwback, who sport a jersey by Ali. And if he made one, hell no, they don't fight. I'm all about my cash, riding around with a nice piece. Hip piece, ice piece, they straight up like me. You heard pimpin' player,
They shine so bright.
they stand so close, vision blurs when ice glitters. Spent my whole squad, no you can't even touch a club. Roll out the red carpet, high fives to show us love. Carry Berettas, count cheddar, we trendsetters. I'm a franchise nigga, half a meal or better.
Oh, I think they like me. 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 I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me.
A young nigga, I love the motherfucking fight, but when shit get thick, I call the clan, we grab the pipes. I'm with my motherfucking partners. If they wrong, but when they right, strap up in all black, I'm about to stop and see the light. Some people say I'm crazy, my eyes stay lazy. That neck so sweet, 10 bricks for the haters. Killing fuck niggas when they don't wanna pay me. Ones in my shirt stay clean, so I made it. We back on the block, serving glass to the J. Nigga got a glass drop, talking shit, breaking face. 98s in the bar, clean one, stay late. Got a kingfish telling, get the fuck out the way. Black paint, big shoes, huge motor, less race. Young nigga trying to get it, what I care about the cake. If you want me, come and get me, bitch, I got an AK. Them young niggas is my clique, and we a motherfucking play.
Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Yep. 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 Diamonds, they shine so bright. I think they 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 diamonds, they shine so bright. I think they
Powered by IBNXRadioNetwork.com.
Check it out.
Next 100.
Everybody, it's your girl Jada. Make sure you tune in and check out our new show, Next Now, weekdays 12 to 2 on ATL's Next 100. Our community, our station.
All right, so now, off the record, we've had a long week. I've had mad fun. You know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to make some Miss Harris shirts. I already have the one that I'm going to make, so I'm actually slick excited because I think I'm more excited that I would be able to potentially, okay, Janae turns 3 this year, right? This month. Oh my God. So I'll have a 3-year-old. In 4 years, she'll be going on 7. I would feel much better being able to talk to her and let her see someone that look like her, you know, in a position of power than to have to explain from the moment she was born, it's been Trump. So I'm really excited about that. I really am. I really want to find other ways to show her how cool it is. And the commercials that I'm seeing, you know, with these powerful black women, it's mad dope. So yeah, I'm here for that. I definitely want to see this win. I would like for it to be called maybe, what time is it now? We going on 9? It should be called when we clock out tonight, right, Storm? Like, that's how I feel. By the time we clock out, we should have at least somebody's numbers in. He need only, 6 freaking votes. Come on. So that's what I would like to see this weekend. I'm going to do some cleaning, moving stuff around, engulfing myself in supreme entrepreneurial things. So yeah, that's what I got going on. What about you, Storm? How was Botanical Gardens?
Yeah, Botanical Gardens was great last week. It was really fun.
Was it tricked out though?
It was okay. Like, it wasn't as good as we thought it would be. I'll show you some pictures after. But the experience was fun because we got recognized for our costumes a lot.
Oh.
So people kept like pulling us aside and be like, "Oh my God, I love your costume." One dude, like, I thought it was funny. I was walking and he just like stopped and was like staring at me from a distance. And I was like,
"Stop!"
And then he walks up and he's like, "Oh, I thought you were actually like the guy from Parks and Rec." I was like, first of all, why would he be here? But second of all, thanks. You know,
that's mad dope though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see pictures because I didn't get to see her costume. So that'd be mad cute.
It was really fun. And then this weekend, she's never been mini golfing before.
What?
So we're gonna do that.
She's never been putt ever.
She's about to get whooped. Is what's happening.
Dude, yeah, you a fun boyfriend because she's new to the game and you still finna kick her ass. That's jacked. That's jacked.
But that's all I got going.
I love putt putt. My dice take me all the time. I love putt putt. So yeah, you guys will definitely have fun with that one. I will say though that pick your times wisely because Atlanta already looked like a party up through here. Like y'all took this 5 o'clock wake up call, we blew and ran with it. It's mad parties. There's so many people. Traffic is thick, and I don't want to chunk that up to it just being dark outside. You know, because y'all got the extra hour of sleep last Sunday already. So you're not about to tell me that extra hour just got you jacked up. No, y'all need to be careful. We're still technically in a pandemic. Nobody is really talking about that. But I'm very proud of your lady because I know that she was not having it during COVID. So allowing y'all to do date night, I'm with her. Okay, we're gonna take that win. But we are still going through a pandemic, and be conscious about that, y'all. Shopping, you know, I know the holidays coming up, whether it's food shopping, whether it's present shopping, all of that. Be mindful in how you're going about it because the reality is we are still going through a pandemic and we don't know which way it's going to turn. We don't know the real rescue to our aid when it comes to this. So continue to do your due diligence and keep you and your family safe. You know, I would really hate to see like boom right during Christmas time, like that week of Christmas and New Year's, that there's like a supreme, you know, increase in cases, you know, or deaths even, because I think we're getting a lot more of the increase in numbers game on the spreading of cases scale, but we're not really seeing too much on the death scale. And I think that's why people are still somewhat lackadaisical, you know? So no, let's not let up the gas. Let's not get comfortable in the fact that, well, ain't that many people dying no more. People are still dying. So come on, you guys, put your big girl draws on, your big boy draws on, whatever you got to do, you know what I'm saying? And hey, tell Trump, you got to go, player, okay? Let him know, you got to go, all right? Because it's getting rough out here. And for real, nobody has time for his shenanigans. Nobody has time for his what shoulda, woulda, coulda happened, you know, type lifestyle. No, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Not at all. So do what you're supposed to do, man. So, you ready? We got a whole minute. Oh. Now, all day we have told you about this daggone election. It's a damn shame that we've been looking at people actually count things and numbers not move in almost a week's time. So make sure you check your status if you can. And I don't just mean for AIDS. This registration is getting real, okay? We definitely want you guys to make sure that you are looking at all the people around you and make sure that they are holding themselves accountable during this pandemic because, hey, ain't nothing promised tomorrow. I told you guys to verbalize this love. Yes, you verbalize the love. I don't care how often you pamper yourself. Have you told yourself that you love you? Come on, you got to talk to yourself. You ain't got to answer back. My grandma would say you crazy. But make sure that you do love yourself. Share that love with someone else so that they know how to love themselves too. Dear black people, I know that we prideful. I know Atlanta finna get lit because we blue and all that ish. But you ain't got to be ignorant, okay? Let's scale back on the ratchetness. I love you guys. We've had an awesome day, an awesome time. Of course, you've been catching it right here. Be free with Kandy. You already know the homie Storm over there with all his thousands of AKAs. I promise we're going to work them out by next week, all right? It's been a real deal good day. Y'all, don't let this get you down. Don't let this anxiety flare up. All right? I love you guys. Have a great night. You tune into IssaVibe right here on the 100.
She been late night snacking, but shawty's still my baby. Several watches later, I still rock a rollin'. I'm praying for the dead, I'm praying for my homie. Rest in peace. I sleep by a scale and everybody know it. I hate it when a pretty girl starts snoring. Looking in the mirror like you a lucky man. How you gon' forget you spent 100 grand? Life must be good, it must be great and fuck. I'm from where another cost you $80. Mask on in the club, I make him break it up. He came outside, he thought mosquitoes ate him up. This if I A-Town, make him take a bow. Comfort with you, but you used to date a clown. Yeah, I want my cake and wanna eat it too. Spin it too. I get what you get just for an interlude. I might cop a yacht just to post a pic. Pop it, chill. Sleep or spin your block till he get motion sick. Nigga cocaine with my co-defendant. I had that pussy pissing once I hit that kid. She been quarantined and let's shout it thick. She been quarantined and let's shout it thick. She been quarantined and let's shout it hips wide. Got my right hand on the Draco like a Bible. Shake, 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 shake it fast. No matter what you do, don't let them judge your past. I broke my wrist off in the bowl, I need a cash. It ain't no stash if you ain't got nothing in the stash.
Quarantine thick, he tryna get me lipo. Pussy holy water, put that on the Bible. I might hit your nigga and run, bitch, you gon' need Geico. Rap, bitch, but when he hit it, I might hit that high note. Clayco raised me, fuck that Clayco made me. Bitch, you ain't gon' shoot shit if you ride with it on safe. Got your favorite rapper in my DM tryna taste me. But I got my own bag, so shit like that don't faze me. Big Lotto ain't going for none of that. No pennies on with that sundress. Put the pussy right with that tongue at. Hey, nigga love that. Big Birkin bag hold me and my nigga get. Stop calling my phone, that's where your nigga at. Son of these bitches no similar. Bitches ain't seeing me cataract. Gotta get the back end before I walk in the black truck counteract.
She been quarantined and let's shout it thick. She been quarantined and let's shout it thick. She been quarantined and let's shout it hips wide. Got my right hand on the Draco like a Bible. Shake, 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 shake it fast. No matter what you do, don't let them judge your past. I broke my wrist off in the bowl, I need a cash. It ain't no stash if you ain't got nothing in the stash.
But until my vocals meet this mic again, be inspired, be creative. Be free. Check out me, music, media, and more at thatsflavor.com. Now that's way.